What's up, YouTube? Dr. Samaj here with another gospel piano tutorial. And today we're going to take care of the song Jesus Made It Possible. So let's go over this song. Once again, the name of this song is Jesus Made It Possible. And this song was requested by one of our viewers. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right, we're going to play this in the key of C major. Now, here's my disclaimer. This song is kind of tricky, only because that in quartet songs or gospel quartet songs, you have a lot of bass. And because you have a bass player, they take care of a lot of the heavy lifting and the busyness of the song. So this song is like boom, ba-dum, boom, ba-dum, 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 boom. I'm going to show you how to do that, but then I'm going to scourge, I'm going to stop, and I'm going to go easy, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do that part, but then I'm going to simplify this song. So that way you can choose whichever way you want to play it, okay? So the song starts out, like we said, we're going to do it in the key of C major. When I played it with some single notes. So it goes. All right, let me break that down. They're moving. I'm going to do it with one hand. So they said, they start on the C. C, E, G, C, E, G, A. Then they walked it back down. G, E, C. So they're basically doing like a skeleton of a C chord, and they're adding that A up there. C, E, G, A, G, E, C. And then you walk up from the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's kind of what the bass is doing, at least in my translation. I had to simplify it. So this is what I got from it. C, E, G, A, G, E, C, C, D, E, F. Walk it back down. E, D, C. I do it with 2 hands. Like I said, this is kind of crazy, but we're going to do it. Let's go. So let me slow it down now. It says C, E, G, A, G, E, C, C, D, E, F, E, D, C. So you can do it that way if you want to play the song, the beginning of the song. I'm going to simplify it. I'm about to change it up, but I just want to show it to you how I heard it on the recording. Now let's change it. Okay, so you can do some of it and kind of do a mixture of the chords. So you can play, and then you can play 1. This may break it up a little bit. So you can just hit a C chord and walk up the right hand. See? C, E, G. You kind of just playing one note from that chord, and then play the 6, and then walk up from the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's the way I would simplify it if I was a beginner. Otherwise, you're playing that hard way. But the way we just now did it, to make it easy, let's do it. So we said C, E, G, go to the 6 chord, A minor 7. C, D, E, go to the 4, which is the F chord, okay? So let's do that beginning. I'm going to show you the intro, and I'm going to play it the easy way, okay? And I'm going to slow it down. So here we go. Go to the 6, to the 4, then you do it again. Then you do it again. It's the 3rd time, 6. Now after you do that, you just play a 4/5 chord. You're going to play it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Let me do that whole intro again. Here we go. Here's the intro. C, E, G. Here's a 6. time. C, E, G. Here's a 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember I played my 4/5 chord, my F chord in the right hand and my G in the left hand. After that, you go back to the same thing. They say, let's see, what are our lyrics? Tell me, who do you think woke me up this morning? And then they say, Jesus made it possible. So when they do that, tell me who woke you up this morning. And then when they do that part right there, oh my, they do some different progressions, okay? So they're going to do a 6/2 chord progression and a 5/1 chord progression. Let me say that again. We're going to do a 6/2 chord progression and a 5/1 chord progression. So we do this. We do a 6, which is A minor 7 chord, and we're going to move to the 2, but we're only going to drop the thumb in the right hand to F sharp. So here's a 6. When you move your left hand to the 2, right there. And then after they do that, you're going to do a 5/1 progression. Remember how we did 5/1? 5/1 is a G in the left hand, and the right hand's going to play F and B flat. And then you just drop the thumb down a half step and go to the 1. Once you do that, you're going to go to the 4. Jesus. 3, which is a C chord over an E bass, and go to the 2, which is D minor 7, 4/5, 4/5. Jesus, he made it possible. Jesus made it possible. Then, remember we just did that? I'm gonna come down here and do it because I don't like it that small. Jesus, he made it possible. It's my 6/2 progression. 5/1. I'm gonna come back in 6/2, 5/1. All right, so that's the verse. The verse, let's go through this verse again. So the verse says, you can do it again. 6, and then you do that 6/2 progression. 6, drop that thumb, 2, 5/1, tritone, 5/1. Then you go to the 4. Jesus, 4/3/2. Jesus, he made 4/5 it. And you got to play it again. Possible. Or the other way. Excuse me. Or all right. And then they want to get to the serve him best. Serve 4/5 him best. So 4/5, serve him best. So 2/5. So 2, D minor 7. That's a serve him best. 4/5, him best. And then when they go to that Jesus made it possible. So there's 3 main parts. I guess there's 4. There's the intro that we went over already. Then there's the verse that we went over. After you do the verse, there is a part that says serve him best. And for serve him best or serve him better, I don't know whichever, some different people say it differently. 2, and then, which is D minor 7, 4/5, serve him best. All right. and then Jesus made it possible. They go on a vamp right there. So what we're going to do right there is we're going to do this. So Jesus made it possible. When you do that, you've got to do some tritones. So how do we play these tritones? Let's see here. You got to make the tritone on the C. Jesus made it possible. When you do, so you got to play the 1 3 times. Jesus made it possible. Then when you do that, you play these 3 tritones. The left hand's going to play C, B, B flat. All right, you got that. C, B, B flat. In the right hand, you just got to make a blanket around it. You're going to play B flat in the right hand and B flat in the right hand and E while you're playing that left hand C. And just move everything down a half step. When you play the B right here, you play A and E flat and then move it down 1 more half step. B flat in the left hand and then right hand's going to play A flat and D. So Jesus made it possible. Then go to the 6. Jesus made it possible. Do it again. Jesus made it possible. Jesus made it possible. Jesus made it possible. All right, so that's the last part of it. And then you go back to serve him. 4 over 5. Serve him best. Walk it back down to the C chord. Walk it up from the 1. All right, rewind this, take your time, dissect it, and have a good time with it. Jesus made it possible. Listen, please like my video and subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Take care.